what's going on, Pure Nation? Pure Meds here, bringing you a video from my private channel or personal channel, whatever you want to say. Recently, I haven't really done too much gaming whatsoever. I didn't touch my Xbox for a couple days, and I haven't really played Call of Duty much. Or I was playing COD 4 more than Black Ops. Let's say World at War. For some reason, it's giving me problems to where joining the game for some reason. It's giving me pretty much a hassle for some reason to get into a game, and everybody is asking me what is your NAT type, and my NAT type is set to open. I even purposely set it to moderate to see what would happen, and I set it back to open, and it's still the same thing. Every once in a while I can get in the game, I can leave that lobby and then try to get into another game, and I can't find a game for some reason. My network is just messed up with the game server for some strange reason, and I'm not the only one that's having that problem. I know a couple other people are having the same problem as well. But I think for some reason, I'm not sure if it's just my personal internet type by any chance that I'm still the only person having the problems, or what exactly. But it's whatever. I'm still able to bring a couple of gameplay videos every once in a while. I picked up Medal of Honor for very cheap, so I might bring a Medal of Honor gameplay. Not 100% sure just yet. As you can tell, this is a headquarters match, and what I did was that when I died and I took a period of time to respawn or anything like that, like I did the other video, I shrank everything down, the video time down on it. So the video is still roughly 15 minutes, but I still try to make it shorter to where, it was a long spawn and stuff like that. Spawn delay with the headquarters being up, and I'm always constantly doing other things when I'm gaming, not unless I'm in a party of other people that I'm constantly trying to pay attention to the game itself. I do have people that bother me, I guess you could say. They'll try to IM me, they'll try to text message me, which at this point my phone's turned off, so I don't have to worry about that at this point. But I always have, people on Skype messaging me, either it's people I used to play with PlayStation, or there's teammates, or just random people in general messaging me, and so you'll see that when I spawn I don't move right away, or I just randomly stop. There is one point of the game that I completely forgot that my Xbox screen goes black if you have it set to that. I completely forgot about it, so it sits there for about 3 maybe 4 seconds at top 5 or whatever. I completely forgot about it, so you're gonna have to excuse me on that. I completely forgot about it. It was such a long game. I'm just so used to TDM games where I could just leave it to record and not have to worry about it. But I think I got it set to sleep in 10 minutes or something like that, and I just completely forgot about it. I leave it to that for some reason. I don't ever change it, so it's whatever. So as of a commentary, I'm really not too sure what to talk about. My channel is pretty much, I'm not trying to be inactive. I'm trying to be as active as possible on my personal channel, and with Pierre's channel. Today is Monday. Gnarly's disappeared today. He's probably got something going on with work or something like that. So he's always been on time with his upload days. So I mean, today it's not that big of a deal that he missed today. But we're gonna try to get some other things going with the team. I made a comment the other day to Real Game about doing something on the side, and we'll see what happens with it. He said, well, let's play it by ear, and that's what we need to do. We need to see what happens. The one general thing that being that I haven't played this game in a while, I have really bad accuracy right now. I used to be pretty decent with the ghillie with the suppressor on it, and now for long, it's an assault rifle, so you got some distance to kill somebody with it. And being that I haven't played in a while, I'm constantly firing a weapon and just missing my rounds, so I'm dropping my accuracy pretty bad. But the thing that people need to realize is, just because it's an assault rifle, or even if it's a light machine gun, the best thing you need to do is to burst the weapon. Don't just don't let it rip and thinking that you're going to get it killed. That's where a lot of mistakes are made. Especially for myself, I make a lot of mistakes just not paying attention. I'm just used to firing it off, and I'll take a long break from a game, and I come back and I still assume that I can do it, but I need to remember I'm coming back into the game after, even if it's a couple of day break. I get really rusty. So it's whatever. But as you've probably noticed that I'm using Hardline Sleight of Hand and TacMax Pro, and TacMax Pro can be your friend on a lot of advantages, due to the fact that, as you probably would be aware of, people throw not a Simtech, sorry. If people throw a tac, I keep saying tac. Sorry, if somebody throws a stun grenade or a flashbang grenade, it only temporarily stuns you or flashes you for just a second, and you're able to snap right back and move on. I have been using Nova Gas. It's a good prevent. What is it called? I can't even think of the word now. Propellant. Especially on headquarters, I think that if somebody else is, and this is my mistake, just run. I saw the grenade and didn't even completely think about it. But if you're trying to capture a headquarters, if the enemy team, if none of them are using attack mask perk, it pretty much helps prevent them being able to run into that door. I mean, it's not going to stop them from throwing a frag grenade, but maybe running in there to throw a Simtex or any type of stun grenade or flash grenade. And of course, if you're running Tac Mask Pro, it is not really going to phase you. But if you're running Flight Jacket and Tac Mask, I did forget. Did I say? I'm completely just zoned out today. I'm running Hardline on my class. If I said Flight Jacket, I'm sorry. I'm just completely out of it. But yeah, if you're running Flight Jacket and you're running Tac Mask Pro and you're playing headquarters with the Nova Gas as your secondary, your secondary grenade, or you're pretty much in the clear for the fact that you could throw that Nova Gas into the doorway, and it keeps them from rushing in, and it kind of helps. But it forces them to have to find a separate way to get in there. And of course, if they have Tac Mask or they just wait for the grenade to disappear, that's kind of the advantage. Pretty much is to wait, or if you have the Tac Mask Pro perk, or just the Tac Mask in general. So, I think that if you run a 6-man team and you have 2 or 3 people running that the Nova Gas in general, I think it pretty much helps for the fact that you can do that. You can throw it in your primary doorway, have it to where it's basically blockading the doorway so they can't just run in there and do what they need to do. It kind of pushes them back. And then as soon as your teammates Nova Gas evaporates, or whatever you want to call it, disappears, have your teammate or you throw another one and keep it the same way. It helps it in a little bit. That's just me though. I've noticed that when I never used Nova Gas, but being that you had to get Tac Mask Pro with that perk, that's what I had to use. And I noticed that. When I played headquarters, and just in objective games instead of besides search and destroy, it doesn't really work too well in it, honestly. It does help. Like I just threw it there and the guy got pushed back and stuff like that. And also the other fact is that a lot of people that are watching my videos, they probably realize that I haven't been playing with sound in the background as much as I used to. For some reason, still, I do not understand what's going on with Sony Vegas and my capture card. If I record an MPEG 2 and then bring it over, the sound completely unsyncs from the audio. My voice might not, it might be longer than the video and stuff like that. So please give me some time to figure out what in the hell is going on. I'm going to test out something in the next, either later on today or tomorrow, stripping the audio from the video, rendering them separate, and then bringing them over into Camtasia Studio, and then rendering it that way and see what happens. I know I had problems in the past with Camtasia, but I figured it out. I'm going to see if I can do it again. And I'm able to render videos in 1080p with Camtasia. So we'll just have to see what happens. So please forgive me on that. I'll pull back to the game. I think that the Ghillie is a good suppressed assault rifle. It just depends on how much you use it. I know the FAMAS is a good suppressed weapon as well, but I can't wrap my hands around the FAMAS and get used to it. The same thing with the G11. There's the dark screen. A lot of people use the G11, and I really can't use it. I don't know what it is about a 3-round burst weapon. A lot of people know, that have talked to me in the past and stuff like that, and have heard this conversation. I cannot stand a 3-round burst weapon. But if you can use it, use it. I really like the ability to be able to sneak around with a suppressed weapon until the team calls a UAV or a Blackbird. And if you have, I can't remember, I think it is Hacker Pro that you do not show up on a motion sensor. So if you're using a suppressed weapon with Hacker Pro, you're pretty much you're pretty key. If you're using Ghost, Hacker Pro, and a suppressed weapon, you're pretty much going to be the stealthiest person on the team until, like I said, the enemy calls a Blackbird, and then you're pretty much just screwed. So it just kind of depends on how you want to work it. I know a lot of people cannot stand the ghost perk. I understand. I like using it on certain occasions, depending on who I'm going against. If I really want to pretty much be dominant and I want to run around and shoot people, that's what I do. I have two classes. I have an assault rifle and a submachine gun class with suppressors and Ghost Pro on. One's got hacker and the other one's got ninja. I run around and just pretty much. It's not that I'm dominating the whole time, but I pretty much get around them as much as possible until I run into a claymore. Then I know that the team's using claymore or motion sensors in general, and I go back into the hacker class and just work with it. It just depends on what you're doing. TDM, you don't even really need much of a stealthy class due to the fact that the spawns are going to constantly change, and you really don't need to sneak up on them too much. As of headquarters, yes, the spawns change as well, but if you know where that the enemy team is going to be having to go to that spawn as of where the headquarters is at, and you can pretty much just get into the back door and come up behind them and pretty much take them out to save time on the headquarters if you've already captured it and you're not dead. Or if they are trying to capture it, you can come up behind them and get lucky and probably wipe out the whole team if they're even in there. If not, yeah, it's whatever. You're still getting a couple of kills and you're saving the headquarters. You're saving your teammates the trouble of taking out the extra 1 or 2 men that you've taken out or whoever you've taken out. So in a way, it kind of helps out. That's just me. I like being stealthy. I do have a couple of classes that I go loud with, and of course, if some of you don't understand what I mean, I love having like a weapon that is pretty much just. There's no suppressor. I don't have any ghosts. I don't have ninja on. I'm pretty much just running around, shooting the hell out of people on purpose. But I do have my silent classes, so that's what I pretty much run with the most. I run with my silent classes until I get pissed off, and then I turn into one of my loud classes, and I just pretty much either I dominate with a suppressed class. If I don't, I dominate with a loud class. But since recently I haven't played much, I'm just getting my ass whooped. So it's whatever. It makes up for it. There was a guy that left a comment on the team's channel asking for tips of search and destroy on WMD. I do not play WMD a lot, and I do really rarely play search and destroy. But a couple people that I've talked to, one of the guys that's trying to get onto the team, he said he would help out with the video, and I'm gonna get a couple other people to do the same thing. We will be bringing a slight tips and tricks type of thing on for Black Ops and other game modes. It's not just Black Ops. I know Black Ops is old and MW3 is right around the corner, along with Battlefield 3, so don't forget that either. I will be bringing as many games as possible. Hopefully, if I come into some money or I can keep a steady job and stuff like that, I can get GameFly and have a game out at a time or 2 games out and do the same thing. I would rather do tips than more than reviews, which I would do probably both if we're able to. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you have any questions or you want any kind of tips, I can give my best tip as I possibly can. The game is about to come down to an end, so sorry if the commentary is off from the game, the video itself. But I thank everybody for watching. I thank you for taking your time and watching like a roughly 15-minute video. 14. I think it's gonna end out about 14 and a half. Looks like, or right at actually right at 13. I don't know, whatever. So thanks everybody for watching, and don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe. Take care, and have a good weekend or a week.